this figure is probably going to be getting glazed like crazy. Like, I expect that. Based on the likes, like, look at the likes here. 2,100 likes. This one has 1,500 likes. That's quite a high number for, like, Korea News posts. They don't usually get that many likes. I don't think, like, thousands, like, you know, like 2,000, I think is quite a bit. So I'm like, okay, this thing is going to get glazed. They have the honey, okay? They have the barbecue sauce. And they will be applying them to this figure over the next few days, weeks, months perhaps, all right? Brace yourselves for the absolutely unmitigated glazing that this figure will receive, right? By the time this is over, this figure will be sealed within a pristine, shining honey brown coat. And keep in mind, dude, keep in mind that this figure was for $65 before shipping and taxes and has no detail whatsoever. Alright guys, welcome back to the Dragon Ball figure recap, okay? Now, today's show is going to be very, very stacked because we have a lot to cover regarding, you know, affiliate links, AliExpress scalping, the Fighter of Rage Goku being now released. We're going to be roasting that, and there's even going to be a rant regarding ringside collectibles. So there's something for everyone here today, you know, Dragon Ball figure collectors, Storm Arena collectors, wrestling figure collectors. We have a stacked show. So if you enjoy critical thinking, critical analysis, and, you know, basically just, you know, telling it like it is as far as the stuff is concerned, you're probably going to enjoy today's show quite a bit. So get your popcorn and, you know, get ready. Now, regarding Premium Scam Die, I will probably going forward not cover Premium Scam Die unless there's something new to talk about and therefore likely roast, you know. If they release, like, you know, some pre-order that is actually like a good figure for a good price, very small chance that will happen. But if that does happen, then I'll say that, you know. It's just that so far I've just been seeing, you know, nothing but scam. So if they actually do something good, I'll say it's good, okay? But for now, I think regarding Premium Scam Die, I'll cover them when there's something new to talk about. So if you want to go look at that, you can look at that or whatever. As I've said before, for anyone new, I do not recommend pre-ordering anything from Premium Scam Die. I would say just, you know, wait for a good quality bootleg. And I mean like a good quality bootleg, not like just falling apart garbage, like say DB Toys, right? If they were to make a clone of something, that kind of thing, wait for a third-party release or whatever. Like, just don't buy anything from Premium Scam Die anymore. Don't pre-order their stuff anymore. I'm not doing it. So anyways, but I mean, if something is actually good for a good price, I might consider it possibly. But as I said, there's a very small chance of that happening. And even so, even if they have a listing that is actually like a good figure for a good price, there's still the risk of something happening like with Shallot, where they show you something that looks, you know, decent, and then they send you some bootleg looking trash, and you're like, you can't return it or whatever. So I don't know. I think perhaps even if they have a good figure for a good price, I might still not get it, just because if they send me bootleg looking trash, I can't return it. You know what I mean, man? So Premium Scam Die is just really horrible. I got to think about that part more. Like, if they actually put something up for a good price and it looks like a good figure, would I pre-order that, or would I still be like, you know what, I can't trust that it's gonna look like what they're advertising, so I'll just not get it? I'm not sure. I got to think about that one more. I hadn't really considered that possibility of if they actually had a good price for something, because they're just always scamming, so I didn't even think of the possibility of that. You know what I mean, man? All right, so anyways, I also wanted to mention, at the end of this year, I am planning to host the first annual SH Figuarts Scammy Awards, or you could also call it the Scammies. And essentially what it will be is an action figure award show, focusing on Dragon Ball, of course, where we'll be giving away prizes, awards, or whatever, based on different categories, like, you know, the biggest scam of the year, the best deal of the year, the worst looking figure of the year, the best looking figure of the year, those kinds of things. And I'm actually going to let you guys vote for which figure or whatever product or whatever wins each category. So it will be completely voted on by you guys, and then I will present the results in an award show, okay? If I had to guess, I'm expecting the KW Cell to receive a lot of bad awards, okay? But we'll have to wait and see. There might be some massive scam right around the corner that we haven't seen yet, okay? But so far, for me, I think that is the biggest scam of the year so far, and I would imagine that a lot of people would agree with that, okay? But anyways, let's now begin here with something that is not SH Figuarts. This is Dragon Stars. So Dragon Ball Figures posted this on Instagram saying that, you know, Amazon Spain is showing like this Dragon Stars Angel Wing Goku figure. I don't know when it's going to be released or anything, but this is apparently being made. I think the face sculpt for this looks a bit better than what Dragon Stars typically makes, in my opinion. But just like with SH Figuarts, I expect the actual product to not look as good as this prototype here. So however good you think this looks, expect the actual figure to not look as good. You know, this could basically act as a placeholder until Black Shark releases their version of this. If you're like, you know, tired of waiting for them, or you just want something to like, you know, basically occupy that space until they release theirs. And I mean, of course, you know, with this Goku, he doesn't really like fight like this or anything. So if he can just, you know, hold that one pose, I guess it can work as kind of like a, you know, a basic substitute until something better is made. Now, let's move on now to the Fighter of Rage Goku. So this figure is officially out here, and Courier News asked, what are your thoughts? Would you want to see a third-party release? Now, I made a poll about this, asking you all whether you would want DB Toys, who made the Full Power Frieza clone, to make a clone of this. As I said, I personally don't really care that much because, you know, the figure looks okay to me, not incredible or anything. And I already have the legendary Super Saiyan Goku. I have a blue shirt for that, as you can see in Dragon Ball Thunder. And I think the combination of that with the blue shirt, with the recustom or DKO Bardock, you know, face sculpts and stuff, looks better than this. So I already have something better than this, but I am pretty much planning to buy whatever DB Toys makes. So if they were to clone this, I'm probably going to get it, okay? So 88% of you said that yes, you'd like them to clone it, and 12% said no, okay? I don't really care either way if they clone it or don't clone it, but if most of you want it to happen, then, you know, hopefully they clone it and you get a decent price for this or whatever, because the original price was, let's see here, $65. We're going to talk about that in a moment. There's also this right here I want to show. So this is what the figure looks like out of the box, you know, on somebody's desk or whatever, okay? Now, keep in mind, right? This figure is probably going to be getting glazed like crazy. Like, I expect that. Based on the likes, like, look at the likes here. 2,100 likes. This one has 1,500 likes. That's quite a high number for, like, Courier News posts. They don't usually get that many likes. I don't think, like, thousands. Like, you know, like, 2,000, I think is quite a bit. So I'm like, okay, this thing is going to get glazed. They have the honey, okay? They have the barbecue sauce. And they will be applying them to this figure over the next few days, weeks, months perhaps, all right? Brace yourselves for the absolutely unmitigated glazing that this figure will receive, right? By the time this is over, this figure will be sealed within a pristine, shining honey brown coat. And keep in mind, dude, keep in mind that this figure was for $65 before shipping and taxes and has no detail whatsoever. Like, look at this. Let the roast begin now. Look at this, $65, right? Look at all these scratches here. Not a speck of paint, nothing, dude. And as I said before, like, they've added so many scratches. I think it has more scratches than Legendary Super Saiyan had. This thing has so many scratches that it looks honestly like a skin disease. I think it looks like a skin disease. It looks like leprosy or something. Like, the amount of scratches it has, and they don't have any paint on them to like really show that, like, you know, they're like the anime scratches. They just look like skin defects, you know? That's the unfortunate reality here. So if DB Toys were to clone this, I implore them, please, can you add some paint to these scratches, dude? Can you add some paint to these things so they clearly are understood as, you know, those kind of anime scratches and not as like leprosy, dude? It looks like a skin disease. Like, that's what it looks like, okay? So I think if they had paint on them, it would make them look a lot better. And there might be some shading in the pants or something, some subtle kind of thing. I can't really tell. The shirt might have something, I'm not sure. But I don't see any shading on the skin or anything. Nothing. You see, Bandai, man, just with this plain garbage, dude. Once again, if DB Toys or whoever clones this, can you please add some shading, man? Like, Bandai has just been doing this lazy, non-shading nonsense for so many years now. And as I said before too, like, I don't really attack the third-party studios or customizers and stuff who clone figures or make third-party figures or whatever. I don't attack them that much for the lack of shading, because they're just following Bandai's lazy example, okay? Because ultimately, they're making these figures to basically work with SH Figuarts. They're like, you know, counterparts to SH Figuarts. So they want them to match the style and that kind of stuff generally or whatever, and not look too out of place in your collection, right? But I think I'm getting to the point where I'm like, you know what, man? I don't really care about these figures, you know, matching SH Figuarts or fitting in or whatever. I want artistic products, dude. That's what I want. I don't want the artistic value of my collection to be limited by Bandai's laziness, okay? For example, the face sculpts. Third-party face sculpts, especially the like head sculpt kits or whatever, pretty much always look better than what SH Figuarts makes, right? So in that regard, they don't really fit in that way, because they artistically look way better. You know, they make SH Figuarts look pretty generic, pretty basic, that kind of stuff. So third-party studios and stuff have already started to deviate from SH Figuarts, you know, artistic standards by having these like manga accurate, anime accurate face sculpts and stuff. And I think the next step for third-party studios and stuff to surpass Bandai and outperform them artistically is to start adding good shading to the figures, okay? There are some figures which have good examples of shading. For example, or at least one I can think of, the Wild Super Action Studio Goku, I think that has good shading on the torso, the upper body. Not the hands, but the torso and stuff, the arms and the upper body in general. That has pretty good shading. The pants, not so much. So I'd like to see more studios and stuff, dude, start adding good shading to the whole figure. Good shading to the whole figure. And as I mentioned before, I'm thinking about making a video where I'm going to show you guys how good a lot of SH Figuarts and stuff would actually look if they actually had good shading and good paint work, okay? I'm going to be actually showing you that potentially in that video. So Yeah, dude, for $65, dude, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And therefore, I could see why potentially a lot of you would want DB Toys to clone this and offer this for a better price. Because as I've said before too, like, you know, like SH Figuarts are not necessarily bad figures. They're not necessarily trash figures intrinsically, right? Not intrinsically, but they're bad figures for the price, okay? There's a difference. There's a figure that is good because of the price tag, the value, and that kind of stuff. And there's a figure that's bad because you're getting completely scammed. You understand? If SH Figuarts generally, let's say this was like $35, then I might be like, okay, I probably wouldn't roast it as heavily. You know what I mean, man? Because I'd be like, it's $35. It's not an expensive figure, really. You know, that kind of thing. But when you're charging $65, you have to be held to a higher standard, okay? You can't charge people $65, dude, and then deliver this plain thing. It looks incomplete, basically. It looks incomplete. It's missing paint. It's like these details aren't even, you know, colored or anything. Like, it looks incomplete, dude. How is this acceptable? How are people okay with paying $65 before shipping and taxes? So probably going to end up paying about what, $75, $80 possibly by the time you're done with that stuff. Let's say $80 for this, right? And they couldn't even paint this stuff. They couldn't paint this stuff at all. It's insane, dude. So now I want to show you this figure here, okay? You knew the Storm Arena comparison was on the way, right? This is the Storm Arena Baki figure. I got this for $30. Currently, the price is $35. As I mentioned in a post about the Mortal Kombat McFarlane figures, Big Bad Toy Store engages in price manipulation, okay? So they're not true retailers, just like many other businesses today. They're basically eBay scalpers that, you know, masquerade as retailers, okay? So you can't really trust them to have a certain price for certain things all the time or whatever. But anyways, I got this for $30, right? What do you notice as a key difference between this and this? What do you notice as a key difference? I'm going to give you a few moments here to, like, you know, guess. Look at this, okay? And then look at this. What difference do you notice? You see these scars here, man? They're actually painted. They're actually painted, okay? There's actual detail there. On this $65 figure, there's no such thing. So for $65, Bandai was still too lazy to actually paint this thing properly, right? Bandai does not care about you. They're lazy, complacent. They know they have a monopoly. And, you know, when companies have a monopoly, there's a very strong chance that they're going to be lazy because they know they're guaranteed your business if you want that certain figure, product, whatever, okay? Bandai knows they have no competition, and so they can release this sort of plain, incomplete nonsense for $65, and people are gonna gobble it up and be like, "Oh, it's peak, dude, peak, 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 peak." Okay, right? Look at that, $65, $30, and also let's look at the skin here. It's easier to see in person than on camera, but even the skin tone has some shading going on. Where, like, you see that part is a bit more like, you know, a reddish color, and then you got the more, like, I guess, cream color, you know? There's actually some shading and stuff all throughout the skin tone. So you can see, yeah, it's kind of difficult to see on camera right here, but you can see right here is more red. This is more, you know, pale, right? And you got this, see the back right there? You can see it a little better here. Like, you see the red part there, right? So it's like there's shading throughout the skin tone, throughout the whole body. Does Bandai do stuff like this? Rarely. Rarely. I think the Full Power Broly has something like this, kind of. But Most of their figures don't have this going on, man. At least it's not noticeable to me, even in person. But you see here the shading and the skin tone and stuff like that, right? Even right here, you can see a bit of shading in the skin tone. For $30, okay? $30. See the shading going on, the skin tone and stuff? And the scars are painted, right? For $30. Okay? And then over here, for $65, nope. Plain basic arms, just plain. These aren't painted, nothing. Okay, so if you followed for some time, you already know this, but just, you know, hopefully to open the eyes of someone who thinks Bandai's giving them good value for their money. They're not. Okay, Bandai's not giving you good value for your money, man. Bandai has a monopoly and is exploiting you. What is this? Oh, Bandai has a monopoly and is exploiting you because of that. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to say about this figure. Let's now move on to Amazon in general, like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, that kind of stuff. All right, so first of all, Lowest Born Saiyan was actually in stock at Target for, I'm guessing, a brief period of time. I saw it and I made a post about it, so hopefully if you wanted this figure, you got it before it sold out again. Okay, I think this is an awesome figure. It's not like a scam. It's only like 30, you know, the $35 kind of price range. It was $32.99 here according to this. I have this already. I love how the face sculpts look. They look like the anime. I don't know why Bandai can't just do this for every figure. Why they have to make generic garbage all the time. Just make this, dude. Just make stuff like this. It's that simple. Now, of course, like basically all SH Figuarts, it doesn't have good shading. But for the price tag, I'm like not like super upset about that or anything, you know. I'm fine with it for the price tag. If this was like $50, $60, then I'm like, okay, now you're crossing the line. But I think this is an awesome figure and I like it. So be sure to pay attention to my posts, because sometimes I might post about a figure that you might want and you might see it before it sells out or something like that. Okay, so there's that. Now for DAIMA Adult Goku, Amazon still has this here, $31.99, shipped and sold by them directly. Barnes & Noble has it as well, $38 in stock right now. The mini Goku, no Amazon.com direct listing available for that. Mini Vegeta though, I have a coupon offer here for $23.31. Probably one of the lowest price I've ever seen for a coupon offer. So if you want that, I think that's a very solid price to get that for. The adult DAIMA Vegeta, no Amazon.com direct listing here, but Barnes & Noble does still have it for $38 in stock right now. Mini Piccolo, I have a coupon offer for this as well, $29.11, and when I did a scamculation for this, I think it worked out to about like $30 something is the price that it really should be to not be a scam. So $29.11, very solid price if you want that. The DAIMA Adult Piccolo, $66.75, 11% off. I think the price of this should be like around $50, that kind of price range. So I'd say this is still quite a bit high. Glorio, $84.55, still way too high for this. 11% off it says, and look at this thing right here. It says the list price is the suggested retail price of a new product as provided by a manufacturer, supplier, or seller. So I assume Bandai is who suggested a $95 for that. Complete scam. Do not buy. I would say don't buy this for anything more than $50 free shipping, dude. Like anything more than that, I think you're getting completely scammed. As far as I did a scamculation for this, and really the price this really should be is like $30. So even $50 is still too much, but I just can't realistically see it going any lower than that as far as a discount. Like that's basically almost a 50% discount. I wouldn't expect it to go on more than a 50% discount. You know what I mean, man? Let's see, or even a 50% discount. Or close to that, really. Perhaps at Black Friday if it's still there, I guess. Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, $32.28, shipped and sold by Amazon.com. Right here, Barnes & Noble as well for $38 in stock. Frieza, the universe's bottomless power, being released on December 25th, 2026, $37.99. Legendary Super Saiyan Goku, still not available from Amazon.com directly, sold out. But Barnes & Noble does still have it here, $68 in stock right now. The Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku being released this month, July 30th, 2026, $35.99. Boy from the Future Trunks reissue, available right now from Amazon.com, $76.73. Krillin, the Earth's Strongest Man, is now not available from Amazon.com directly either. I don't see it here. This Gohan Z Fighters thing, $70, being released on February 19th, 2027. Latent Power Trunks, $35.99, shipped and sold by Amazon.com, in stock right now. And I think there's another listing for a pre-order of a reissue. Amazon was like malfunctioning earlier, so I had to like reopen a bunch of tabs, so I might not have that tab here. Barnes & Noble does have it in stock as well, $35 right now. Games Begin Goku, $35.99, shipped and sold by Amazon.com. And Barnes & Noble has it here, $38 in stock. And Barnes & Noble has free shipping on orders $60 or more. You see here, 60 or more, okay. Dangerous Bride Vegeta, $35.99, shipped and sold by Amazon.com. And Barnes & Noble now has their stock released of that, so $38 from them in stock. And I forgot to mention the Supreme Kai Mini is also released now. That is now available for like, what, $75 or something. Of course, it's a scam. Wait for a sale on that, like, honestly. Let's see here. The 2.0 Vegeta, I don't see any Amazon.com direct listing for that either. But Barnes & Noble does still have it for $35 in stock. And I do plan to make a video in the future comparing this to the Dangerous Pride Vegeta to see which one is truly better, because Dangerous Pride Vegeta might not be much better than this. It, you know, in certain areas, if at all. Imperfect Cell right here, Cell First Form, is now also gone from Amazon.com directly. But Barnes & Noble does still have it here, $80 in stock. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, GameStop still has this right now, $61.99 or $58.89 for pros. And of course, they have free shipping on orders, $79 plus. Amazon, though, it is now no longer available from them directly according to these listings here. I don't see Amazon.com right there. Super Boo reissue being released on January 22nd, 2027, $74.99. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Unwavering Saiyan Pride, $38 in stock, shipped and sold by Amazon.com. And Barnes & Noble has the same figure right here, $38 in stock. The Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black reissue here, $39.99 or $37.99 for pros at GameStop. The Full Power Broly now says ship to home is not available. It does still have the option here of pickup in store or same day delivery, but I guess you have to check to see, like, you know, whether your address is eligible for that or something. So, you know, it's probably sold out in a certain sense, at least, because the ship to home is not there anymore. The Red Goku here being released on September 15th, 2026, $35.99, shipped and sold by Amazon.com. And if you want it early, because this one is releasing September 15th, if you want it early, Treasure Toys on AliExpress does have it up right now. It says ship immediately, $46.43 free shipping, and I see an offer here for $5 off, so you could basically get this for like a very similar price to Amazon, or like, you know, that kind of price range, similar. Well, this one's $35.99 right now. I think, it fluctuates between, like, let's say $38 is the, you know, list price or whatever. So it's a very similar price if you get that $5 off and stuff. Let's see here. The 2.0 version of that is available at Best Buy right now. It says sign in or create an account for free shipping. Okay, $31.99. Barnes & Noble also has it right here for $38 in stock. The Blue Goku 4.0 being released on October 14th, 2026, $35.99. But if you want it early, Treasure Toys has that up for pre-order right now. It says ship on July, $50.35 free shipping. If you get $5 off, that's like what, $45.35 free shipping, which is, you know, probably very similar to what you'd end up paying on Amazon if you factor in taxes or whatever. So of course there's going to be tax on here too, I think, but if you get the $5 off, it makes it a lot better. I don't know why the price for this one is higher than this one, so keep that in mind. But with the $5 off, probably a fairly decent price, especially considering the fact that it's being shipped from China or whatever. So there's that. Let's see here. The Blue Goku 2.0, Barnes & Noble has that in stock right now for $38. And I was, you know, well, I'm going to show you this. This was available earlier, I believe, but now Target no longer has the 2.0 Blue Goku. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, I think I saw this. I think I saw this around the same time that I saw Lois Born Saiyan, and now like they're both, you know, gone. Anyway, so the GT Kid Goku, Amazon.com right here, 4020. Okay, and then Barnes & Noble has it here for $54 in stock right now. Let's now move on to the third-party stuff. All right, so the first thing is I will no longer be covering the Treasure News group. The reason is that basically, as I suspected would start at some, like I expected it would start, I feared it would start, and it did start, sharing affiliate links without disclosing that. I will be covering, like, going over this specific thing in great detail, like, later in this recap. I have a whole presentation that I made and everything. At the time of recording this, like this exact moment in time, I have to complete the presentation, but I will be completing it and then recording that part of the recap, okay? But before we get to that, I wanted to talk about this, okay? Treasure Toys is delusional, and this probably applies to other AliExpress sellers as well. So let's look at this, right? So yeah, Treasure Toys says, hey everyone, this is in Treasure News group thing, right, a while ago. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. To thank all my fans, and as compensation for the second time LS Gohan had its shipments canceled, my AliExpress store preparedness 2 coupons for you valid until July 21st. So this whole thing. What I want to focus on though is this right here. And it says, let's see, I hope I can offer more high quality and reasonably priced products to everyone in the future. Now you see, like, this kind of thing annoys me because I would rather, personally, I would rather if a company or seller or whoever didn't act like they cared about me or act like they're my friend or whatever, and then at the same time be very willing to scam me, scalp me, that kind of stuff. I'd rather if they were actually transparent about it and they didn't pretend to be all nice and stuff. Like, that's another reason why I despise Ringside Collectibles. Gonna talk about them a bit more later, but like, they present themselves as if they're like, oh, this wonderful small business that cares about you, and yay, we have a community here and whatever. And it's like, they're greedy scalpers, dude. Like, if you're a greedy scalper, don't act like you're my friend. Don't act like you care about me. And then in Treasure Toys' case right here, don't talk about providing reasonably priced products to people when you are a scalper. When you manipulate prices based on demand, based on stock, all that kind of stuff, okay? That kind of activity shows that your priority is money. Your priority is profits. Your priority is not providing people fair business, providing fair prices, being a trustworthy retailer. Like, that's not your priority. Your priority is money, okay? So do not listen to these companies, these sellers and whatever, when they act like they're so nice and they love you and, oh, we're a family and stuff, dude. It's marketing. It's marketing, okay? It's public relations marketing. The goal of that is to make you think that the company cares about you and to give them a good public image, okay? But in reality, if they're scalping and all that kind of nonsense, they care about your money. They don't care about you, okay? So let's now look at, Treasure Toys said right here, they want to provide more reasonably priced products to everyone in the future. Got a little salute going on and everything, right? So let's look at this, right? This is the Air OQ Ultra Vegeta head sculpt set, right? Or sets, 3 different versions. Sold by Treasure Toys here on AliExpress. Version B, $38.39, free shipping. You know, decent price. Pretty much the original price, I think. Let's see, version C, same thing, $38.39. You know, no difference there. Okay, you want version B, $38.39. You want version C, $38.39. But what if you wanted what seems to have been the most popular version? What if you wanted that? Well, that version is going to cost you $63.13. Okay, $63.13. So this is what you call scalping, price manipulation, right? Oh, that version's popular, raise the price. Oh, this figure's selling well, we better add $10, make more money. See what I'm saying, man? Don't act like you want to provide reasonably priced products and all this nonsense and be scalping, okay? If you actually cared about this right here, you wouldn't be a scalper, okay? And this doesn't only apply to Treasure Toys. This basically applies to all the AliExpress sellers I've ever seen personally. I don't know of any AliExpress sellers that aren't scalpers. And it's not limited to just AliExpress, okay? Amazon does price manipulation. Big Bad Toy Store does it as well. Ringside Collectibles does it, okay? Scalping, basically eBay scalping, has poisoned basically the entire retail industry at this point. It's not truly the retail industry anymore. They're just eBay scalpers that pretend to be retailers, okay? So this is right here from Treasure Toys, $63.13, scalping what seems to have been the most popular version because it's sold out, right? Look at Tonsen trunks now. $83.99 for this right here. Now this is not that far from the original price, I don't think, so I'm like, okay, that might not be like, you know, super scalping or anything. But this is version B, the less popular version. Now what if you wanted the more popular version? What if you wanted that? What if you wanted that version A that everyone wanted, man? That version A, dude. What if you wanted that? Well, $121.52. Okay? If you want the version A Tonsen trunks, $121.52. Okay? So, is that a reasonable price? Does that sound like Treasure Toys wants to provide reasonably priced products to everyone in the future? No. $121.52, this is what you do when you're a scalper, okay? You're not a true retailer. You don't care about providing reasonably priced products. You're scalping, okay? Let's look at the Tonsen Gogeta figure, or figures. Version B, the less popular version, the translucent hair or whatever, $73.01. Pretty much probably like, you know, the original price range, that kind of thing. But you see the little flame there on the version A, a little flame thing. Oh, it's selling. Oh, look at that one. What if you want that? What if you want the version A, the more popular one? What if you want that one? Well, if you want the version A, you're going to have to cough up $101.70. Okay? $101.70. Now, does this seem like the behavior or the activity or the business practice of someone who cares about providing you reasonably priced products? Obviously not, okay? This is the action of a scalper, okay? $101.70 if you want the more popular version. We want to provide reasonably priced products to everyone in the future. Thank you for support and all that stuff. Oh, to thank all my fans and all this stuff. Don't listen to this drivel, okay? Don't listen to this drivel, dude. Don't be deceived by this, thinking, oh, Treasure Toys are so nice, they care about me. No, they don't, okay? $101.70, scalping. Let's look now at the original Tonsen Gogeta figures. Version B, well, version A, the like Fusion Reborn Gogeta, the less popular version. This is the less popular one. $109.69. Okay, if you want the less popular version, 109.69. Scalping. The original price was like 70 something dollars, basically, I think, right? Around like that 70, let's say 70 to $80 price range, okay? And what if you want the version B, that Broly movie, the Dragon Ball Super Broly, what's it, go Broly, go, bro, go, you know, all that stuff, right? What if you want that? Well, oh, it's go Broly, go, go, go Broly, go, go, right? If you want some go Broly, go, go, if you want that, how much is that gonna cost you, man? How much is go Broly, go, go gonna cost you, dude? That's gonna cost you $179.95. Dude, $179.95. And this is not even the, like, you know, the inflated non-discounted price or whatever. You see right there, it's slashed from $373.37. $179.95. It's sold out, of course, but still, right? If you wanted the more popular version, you had to cough up $179.95. Does that seem like a price that someone who wants to offer reasonably priced products would charge you? Of course not. Okay, of course not, man. Let's look at this one, this listing right here. Tonsen Gogeta again, $69.81 for the version B. Version A, the more popular one, $100.23. Okay, scalping. Now we have Kang, okay? Now Kang's store is pretty empty. Don't know why they don't have much stuff there, but just, you know, one example here. So this is the Tonsen Gogeta, right? Very popular figure, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It was kind of divisive, but it seems more people, I guess a lot of people liked it, you know what I mean, man? So version B, $76.19, basically the original price, I would think. But if you want version A, the more popular version, got the little flame there and everything, right? How much would that cost you? Well, if you want version A, the more popular one, $87.40. Okay, so basically $11 extra if you want the more popular version. Okay, price manipulation, scalping. Let's look now at Haro Toy Store. And as far as I know, the manager of this store used to be the manager of Treasure Toys. Don't know if that's legit, true or not, or whatever, but that's what, you know, was said. So version B of the Tonsen Gogeta here, $87.05, still higher than the original price. I think this thing was originally, you know, like, as I said, the $70 to $80 price range, so already quite a bit high price on that, $87.05. And version A, of course, the more popular one, $97.83. Okay, so I guess Haro, the manager of the store, used to scalp at Treasure Toys, and now they're scalping at Haro Toy Store. Okay, they took their scalping with them. They didn't leave their scalping ways behind. Next, we have the Recustom Ultra Ego Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta DAIMA head sculpt set, right? $71.04 for this, dude. $71.04. This price was nowhere near $71.04. Okay, scalping right there. Is this one more expensive? Yep, and look at this one. The solid color one, right? That's the translucent one right here, okay? The solid color one, $89.94. Scalper, okay? Let's look the Aero Q once again. Version B, $38.24. Version C, same thing, $38.24. But how much is the most popular one? The version A gonna cost? Well, that one's gonna cost ya $61.55. Okay, scalping. Tonsen Gogeta here from Haro Toy Store, version B, $79.03. Did I show this before? Oh, they have multiple listings, I think. Version B, $79.03. Version A, $98.97. Scalping, and it even has the audacity of saying score big sale. $98.97. Scalping. Okay. The DF trunks right here, free the future. Okay, $104.66, dude. $104.66. Nowhere near the price this thing originally was. $104.66. Scalping. the Tonsen Gogeta. Now this is Living Luke store. Okay, now this is Living Luke store right here. Version, let's see, version A, 91.68 for the Tonsen Gogeta. It's sold out, but 91.68, higher than the original price. Okay, 91.68. And if you want the version B, 85.48, still quite high, but it is lower than this one. Why is that the case? Well, the more popular version, hey, you gotta pay more. Okay, scalping. Next, we have the Marshall's Forever Return from Beyond, 68.43. And this figure was originally like, let's say $50 to $55, that kind of price range. 68.73, almost $70 here from Living Luke store. Scalping. Living Luke's with the Tonsen Gogeta now. Version A, 96.74. Okay. Version B, the less popular one, 90.19. Still being scalped, but not as much of a scalp as this one right here. Not as much scalping, okay? So, let's see. Now, Dragon Beads store. Let's look at Dragon Beads store. The DF Ultimate Time Ranger. This, like, I don't even know when they released this, but 112.16 for this thing, right? 112.16. Why? Oh, it's tough to find now, so 112.16. Thank you, Dragon Beads store, okay? The Marshall's Forever, the original one, right? 95.43. Okay, cough it up, man. Let's go. Now, the Recustom and DKO Goku head sculpt sets, right? Version B, pearlescent color, 75.59. This was nowhere near that price before. I think it was like probably around the $50 range, potentially, something like that. 75.59, okay? And version A, the solid color one, I would think the more popular color, the more popular version, 81.20. And this didn't release very long ago, dude. It's been like probably a few months. 81.20, okay? Scalping. The Air OQ Ultra Ego Vegeta stuff. Version B, 44.69. Version C, same price, 44.69. But what about version A, the most popular version? Oh, that's going to cost you $55.86. Scalping. And keep in mind as well, as I said before, this does not only apply to AliExpress. And I do plan to make a video in the future where we're going to be trying to find a non-scalping seller, like trying to find some, like, you know, ancient relic or something. We're like, is there a non-scalping seller? Do they exist? I'd like to know, and I assume you'd like to know as well, okay? Are they completely extinct, or is there still some seller out there who has a shred of business integrity, a shred of pricing integrity, all right? So, version A right here, Tonsen Gogeta from Dragon Beads store, 96.88 scalper, okay? Version B, the less popular one, 82.56. Still higher than usual in the original price range, but, you know, not 96.88, okay? Then Dimensionia 01C, the most popular version, 114.89, okay? Now version B, 90.74, still quite high, but not 114.89. Version B and version A, same price, but oh, of course, it's more popular, dude. It's selling better. Let me jack the price up, you scalping bastards. Next, we have the same thing here. This must be a different listing, I think. Let me see. Yeah, because it says 25 sold. This one says 63 sold. Okay, so we've got this right here. Version A, 90.74. Version B, 90.74. But how much are you going to have to pay? How much are you going to have to pay for the most popular, the most sought after version? The version that was so sought after that it's getting reissued, or did it get reissued already? I don't even know. I can't even remember, dude. But the more popular version, the most popular version, 114.89. Okay? So much of a scam, it makes you sing, dude. Okay? $114.89. Okay, so don't listen to these sellers, man, when they say, oh, reasonable pricing, and oh, we love you guys, and oh, friend, dear friend. Nope, they want your money, they want your wallet. Now, I do buy stuff from Treasure Toys, I do buy stuff from Kang, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, but I do so with the understanding that they are scalping companies, okay? I'm not thinking like, oh, these companies love me and oh, they're my friends and stuff. Don't be deceived by that, okay? Don't be deceived by that. This is nothing more than a financial transaction. Don't think these people are your friends and they love you and oh, they care about you and all that stuff. Don't believe that nonsense. They care about your money, okay? Let's now move on to the next portion of this recap. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, I prepared a presentation talking about the whole affiliate link thing, and I mentioned this in a post as well. I'm going to show you guys how to identify affiliate links so that you can know whether someone, you know, could potentially have a financial motive for promoting a certain figure or recommending you buy a certain figure or whatever because they're like, you know, trying to earn money from it and stuff like that. And if they're not being transparent with you about that, I figure you would want to be aware of that, okay? And I'm gonna explain as well, like basically how different countries and stuff regulate this kind of thing or the rules they have. Okay, so we're gonna go into quite a bit of detail here, and I'm gonna separate this video into chapters as well, as I usually do. So if you want to like skip this part, you can, but I do recommend learning this stuff because sharing affiliate links without disclosing them like you should is a very, very widespread problem in Dragon Ball figure collecting, and it's probably a reason why you see a lot of people who like basically don't want to be too critical of certain stores or too critical of certain products and stuff because they want you to like buy the figure, buy whatever so they can make money from it, okay? And of course I do share affiliate links as well, but you guys know that I'm very transparent about that. All right, I'm not just like sharing this stuff for free or, you know, that kind of stuff, just being completely transparent there. So anyways, let's get into this, and I'm going to focus on Amazon and AliExpress. All right, so first of all, what are affiliate links? Okay, an affiliate link is an incentivized link to a product or service that tracks customer activity and rewards the person who owns the link financially. Okay, that's my definition right there. For example, if you click someone's AliExpress affiliate link and make a qualifying purchase within a certain time period, the person earns money, and this money is called commission. All right, and the way it works as well is that whatever purchase you make within a certain time frame or whatever, the credit for that purchase goes to the person whose link you clicked last. Okay, so let's say you click my link on Thursday, then you click someone else's link on Friday, then you buy something on Saturday. The person whose link you clicked on Friday would get the credit because you clicked their link last. Okay, now these links and stuff do have like an expiry date of tracking base because they track your online activity or what purchase you make, blah blah whatever, with cookies and stuff. Okay, and for AliExpress, it's kind of tough to find a definitive answer, but the best guess I have is that it lasts 30 days for an AliExpress affiliate link tracking and stuff like that. Okay, as for Amazon, at least when last I checked, it's only 24 hours. Okay, so for Amazon, if you want someone to get credit from your purchase, you have to basically click their link and buy the thing like that same day or within 24 hours, because after that time, they won't get the credit anymore, okay? With AliExpress, there's a much larger window, which I believe is 30 days, all right? So that's how that works. So if any of you like, say, actively want to support a certain person or even support me and my channel or whatever, you have to keep in mind like how the links work, what links you click, the time frames, that kind of stuff, you know? Now, should someone tell you when they share an affiliate link with you? Yes. In the US, affiliate links must be disclosed so that viewers are aware that there is a financial connection between the affiliate, the person sharing the link, and the company providing the product or service. Okay? Why does this matter? Well, the first thing is it's actually a legal requirement from the Federal Trade Commission. All right, and this is the source if you want to go read that yourself and all that kind of stuff. That's the source right there. I'm going to read an excerpt from that. FTC's endorsement guides what people are asking. All right. Suppose you meet someone who tells you about a great new product, let's say a figure, right? The person says it performs wonderfully and offers fantastic new features that nobody else has. Would that recommendation factor into your decision to buy the product? Probably. Now, suppose the person works for the company that sells the product or has been paid by the company to tout the product. Would you want to know that when you're evaluating the person's glowing recommendation? You bet. That common sense premise is at the heart of the Federal Trade Commission's FTC endorsement guides. The guides, at their core, reflect the basic truth in advertising principle that endorsements must be honest and not misleading. An endorsement must reflect the honest opinion of the endorser and can't be used to make a claim the marketer of the product couldn't legally make. And keep in mind, I'm not a lawyer, just a guy on YouTube sharing this stuff with you and telling you like what I've learned about this stuff, all right? Continuing now, let's see. Yeah, continuing. In addition, the guides say if there's a connection between an endorser and the marketer that a significant minority of consumers wouldn't expect and it would affect... Oh, wait, what? Okay, hold on. Let's read that again. In addition, the guides say if there's a connection between an endorser and the marketer that a significant minority of consumers wouldn't expect and it would affect how they evaluate the endorsement, that connection should be disclosed clearly and conspicuously. For example, if an ad features an endorser who is a relative or employee of the marketer, the ad is misleading unless the connection is made clear, okay? So if someone shares an affiliate link with you and you're not aware that they can earn money from sharing the link or whatever, they have a financial motive, that is considered misleading, right? Continuing now. Let's see. So let's read that again. For example, if an ad features an endorser who is a relative or employee of the marketer, the ad is misleading unless the connection is made clear. The same is usually true if the endorser has been paid or given something of value to tout the product. Okay? The reason is obvious. Knowing about the connection is important information for anyone evaluating the endorsement. And YouTube also, in their interface when you're uploading a video, they have this thing about paid promotion where you have to check if you've received some financial thing to make the video or whatever. And I believe it's not limited to just getting actual money. Like even if you got a free product or whatever, that kind of thing has to be disclosed as well. I'd have to look into that in more detail, but I'm pretty sure it's not just only if you got paid cash. It's like if you got a free figure, if you got whatever kind of incentive or whatever, that has to be disclosed with the whole paid promotion kind of thing. All right, but you can research that in more detail, just focusing on the affiliate link thing right now. So continuing, the reason is obvious. Knowing about the connection is important information for anyone evaluating the endorsement. Say you're planning a vacation. You do some research and find a glowing YouTube video review saying that a particular resort is the most luxurious place the reviewer has ever stayed. If you knew the hotel had paid the reviewer hundreds of dollars to say great things about it, or that the reviewer had stayed there for several days for free, it could affect how much weight you'd give the endorsement. The reviewer should therefore let viewers know about that relationship. Okay? And then this part right here, it says, what about affiliate or network marketing? I'm an affiliate marketer with links to an online retailer on my website. When people read what I've written about a particular product and then click on those links and buy something from the retailer, I earn a commission from the retailer. What do I have to disclose? Where should the disclosure be? You should disclose your relationship to the retailer clearly and conspicuously on your site so readers can decide how much weight to give your endorsement. This is of course why dbfigs.com is very transparent. It says these are Amazon affiliate links, AliExpress affiliate links, I may earn commission and all that stuff. That is all there, okay? Continuing, you could say something like, I get commissions for purchases made through links in this post. In some instances, like when the affiliate link is embedded in your product review, a single disclosure may be adequate. When the review has a clear and conspicuous disclosure of your relationship and the reader can see both the review containing that disclosure and the link at the same time, readers have the information they need. But if the product review containing the disclosure and the link are separated, readers may not make the connection. As for where to place a disclosure, the guiding principle is that it has to be clear and conspicuous. The closer the disclosure is to your recommendation, the better. Is affiliate link by itself an adequate disclosure? What about a buy now button? Consumers might not understand that affiliate link means that the person placing the link is getting paid for purchases made through the link. Similarly, a buy now button would not be adequate. And I assume this is why Amazon actually requires that you say a specific sentence. We're going to talk about that later. Next, is paid link by itself an adequate disclosure? Paid link right next to an affiliate link should be an adequate disclosure of the nature of the link. Is commissionable link a good disclosure for an affiliate link? No, commissionable link is probably not a clear disclosure. Now, I don't like how they say probably. It's like, give me a yes or no, dude. You know what I mean, man? But this is what they have here. It says probably not. Yeah, probably. And even the one right here about paid link, it says it should be adequate. You know, that kind of thing. I wish they were more like black and white about it, but this is what it says here. Now, additional comments. Since affiliate link by itself is not considered enough, this is why I add like, as an AliExpress affiliate, I earn from qualifying purchases, for example, okay? And Amazon actually requires that you say a specific sentence. More on that later. Now, is affiliate disclosure only required in the US? No, it is also required in Canada and the UK. China is a bit more confusing, but based on what I understand of the Chinese law and stuff, it seems that you also have to disclose it in China. We'll talk about that later. For Canada, okay, Influencer Marketing and the Competition Act. This is the source. You can look at it if you want to. This is an excerpt from that. Truth in advertising is important. As an influencer, consumers rely on the opinions you share online about products and services and believe they are genuine and impartial. It's misleading if you don't make it clear that your online content is actually an advertisement. And affiliate marketing, sharing affiliate links, is a kind of advertisement, okay? Continuing. The deceptive marketing practices provisions of the Competition Act apply to anyone who is promoting a product, service, or any business interest. So, as an influencer, the act applies to you. You should disclose all material connections you have with the business, product, or service you are promoting. Your connections may be material if they have the potential to affect how consumers evaluate your independence from a brand. For example, you may have a material connection if you have received payment in money or commissions, received free products or services, received discounts, received free trips or tickets to events, a personal or family relationship. Okay, that's for Canada right there. You can read more if you want to. Now for the UK, the source, oh, this one, I gotta put the actual link. Give me a second. All right, so that's the source if you want to read it yourself, okay? It says guidance, social media endorsements, guidance for content creators, updated 3rd of September 2025. Let's see here. Online content creators such as bloggers, influencers, online streamers, celebrities, and social media personalities can have a big impact on a customer's buying behavior. If you use hidden ads or otherwise engage in misleading practices, you may be in breach of consumer protection law and face a substantial fine. It may also mean you could be breaking industry rules on advertising, which are enforced by the Advertising Standards Authority, ASA. non-compliant content creators can be named and shamed by the ASA for not abiding by advertising rules. If you've been incentivized in any way to promote a brand or product in your social media content, it's important that all this content is clearly identifiable as an ad or advertising and reflects your genuine experience. Product covers goods, services, and digital content. This rule applies to any content, including photos, including carousels, videos, reels, stories, podcasts, other posts online. This includes where you've been paid to post content, received a gift, or posted content about your own business. If you're creating content for an online audience, whenever you've been incentivized to post, it must be clearly labeled as an advert or ad and be based on your genuine experience. This includes ads, endorsements, commercial relationships including sponsorships, competitions, prize draws or giveaways, affiliated links or programs, discount codes, business partnerships, own brand promotions, product placement, reviews, content about gifts received for, quote, free. All right. Now, regarding China, when I Googled whether affiliate disclosure is required in China, it said yes. Okay. And here's like a screenshot of that. It said, yes, commercial promotions, sponsored content, and review style content with purchase links are strictly regulated in China. Under the advertising law of the People's Republic of China and the e-commerce law, commercial relationships must be transparent. Key legal requirements, distinguishable ads. The advertising law requires that all advertisements must be clearly identifiable so consumers can tell them apart from regular editorial or organic content. Paid links and reviews. Review-style content, information streams, and paid listings that contain purchase links must be explicitly labeled as advertisements or commercial promotions. Platform responsibility. Major Chinese platforms like Douyin, Weibo, and Bilibili are held legally accountable for monitoring content, meaning hidden or undisclosed commercial links can trigger penalties for both the creator and the platform. Now, this is the AI overview thing. That thing is not completely reliable, but based on what I saw in the actual app in China page, this seems to be on point. Let's see now. So I wasn't able to find the exact word affiliate in the Chinese law I was reading, but I do see information stating that ads must be clearly identifiable as ads, okay? And that's the source right there. If you want to read that, it says The Complete Guide to Chinese Advertising Law, app in China. Let's read some of this now. What does this mean in practice for brands advertising in China? For most brands, the practical lesson is that compliance has to be built into campaign planning, not added at the end. Ads need to be clearly recognizable as ads. Copy needs to avoid superlatives, implied guarantees, and weakly supported claims. Regulated sectors need earlier legal review and, in some cases, prior approval before publication. Supporting documents need to exist before campaign submission, not after a platform or regulator asks for them. Native content, creator campaigns, live streams, and review-style content should all be treated as compliance-sensitive areas rather than informal exceptions to the rules. And where pop-up or open screen formats are involved, the close mechanism must be real, clear, and one click. Here is a quick checklist. Label ads clearly. Remove superlatives and weakly supported claims. Okay? So, are affiliate links ads? Yes. Affiliate marketing is a kind of advertising. Here's a source for that, Investopedia. It says here, what is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is an advertising model where a company compensates third-party publishers to generate traffic or leads to the company's products and services. The third-party publishers are affiliates, and the commission fee incentivizes them to find ways to promote the company. Okay? From Investopedia.com, affiliate marketer, definition, examples, and how to get started. So the conclusion regarding China, as I said, I'm not a lawyer, just a guy on YouTube sharing what I found about this and stuff with you all. But based on all this information, it would seem that even in China, affiliate marketing should be clearly disclosed since it is a form of advertising. And as we saw with the app in China thing here, it said ads need to be clearly recognizable as ads. Okay, so there's that. Now, for Amazon specifically, they have like specific guidelines that are specific to them. And this is the source right here. And here we see, this is the Amazon Influencer Program. Let's read from this right now. Why do I have to identify myself as an associate? How should I do this on social media? Anytime you share an affiliate link, it's important to disclose that to your audience. They will trust you more if you are transparent about where you are directing them and why. To meet the associate program's requirements, you must 1. Include a legally compliant disclosure with your links, and 2. Identify yourself on your site as an Amazon associate with the language required by the operating agreement. To comply with the Federal Trade Commission FTC regulations, your link level disclosure must be 1. Clear. A clear disclosure could be as simple as paid link, #ad, or #commissions earned. 2. Conspicuous. It should be placed near any affiliate link or product review in a location that customers will notice easily. They shouldn't have to hunt for it. In addition, the operating agreement requires that the following statement clearly and conspicuously appears on your site. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. For social media user-generated content, this statement must be associated with your account. Associates should also consider the relevant social media platform's guidelines. For example, associates may use Facebook's branded content tool. To read more, and so on. Alright, so Amazon requires that you say the exact statement, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Now, why am I telling you this? All this information. First of all, sharing affiliate links without disclosing them is a widespread problem in Dragon Ball figure collecting. And I also don't think it's really fair to people who are transparent, those who are not transparent, because if you're not transparent about it, then people aren't really going to think twice about clicking the link or whether they want to like support you or whatever. It's just like, oh, here's a link, and they just click it thinking like it's just a regular link, but it's not. It's just like, it's not fair to people who are transparent about that, honest about that, or whatever, and are upfront about that. You know what I mean, man? So as a collector, it is in your best interest to know whether the person linking you to a figure or product has a financial motivation, because that motivation could taint their recommendation, right? Do you want someone recommending that you get a trash figure just because they make money from your purchase or because they got paid to say good things about it? Obviously not, right? Knowing whether someone sharing affiliate links with you is transparent about it or not, is transparent about it, not only helps you to have more control of who your purchases support, but it can also help you gauge the trustworthiness of the person. With figure reviewing and recommendation, the more honesty, the better. If a figure is trash, be honest. If it's not, be honest. Affiliate marketing, or paid promotion in general, is probably a big reason why you see people who act like every figure is great and they hype everything like it's the greatest thing ever. Someone like that is basically just a salesman, not an honest reviewer, right? If such persons do not disclose their financial relationship, you are falling prey to financial exploitation. Someone trying to get you to buy something just because they make money from it, not necessarily because they actually think it's as great as they appear to publicly. All right. Paid promotion. Now, this is the wrestling figure stuff. Paid promotion is also something that has poisoned wrestling figure collecting, particularly due to ringside collectibles. tons of YouTubers have 10% discount codes that they promote for Ringside Collectibles. And I've noticed that you'll almost never see any of these YouTubers criticizing Ringside Collectibles. Why? Because they have a financial relationship that they want to protect, okay? They want you to use those codes, and perhaps if they criticize Ringside too much for scalping and manipulating prices and stuff, they could lose their code. So it essentially muzzles them, right? Now, I don't know whether they get commission or just get free figures or something, but it is very clear to me that Ringside Collectibles has basically hijacked wrestling figure collecting and deceived tons of collectors with these YouTubers as mouthpieces into believing that they aren't just a greedy scalping company and they actually care about you. Honestly, it turns my stomach. It genuinely does. I despise Ringside Collectibles so much, dude. Like, you can't be scalping, dude. You can't be like jacking up prices, just completely just exploiting people, and then at the same time acting like, oh, we love you guys, our community. Just shut up, dude. Okay, shut up with that nonsense, man. But anyways, this isn't my wrestling channel. I do have a wrestling channel called Wrestling Recreation if you want to see what I have on there right now. It's not as much stuff as this channel, of course. So let's get back to Dragon Ball figure collecting, all right? So, how do you identify affiliate links? Well, let's look at AliExpress first, right? This is a normal AliExpress link. Just says https://www.aliexpress.us/item/ whatever, right? That's a normal link. An affiliate link, though, has this s.click.aliexpress thing, okay? So if you see that, if you see this s.click thing, that is an affiliate link, okay? I don't know. I don't think it's possible to have a non-affiliate link with this format right here. Whenever I generate affiliate links, they all look like this, s.click.whatever. So if you see that, that's an affiliate link, all right? That's what an affiliate link looks like on AliExpress, just so you know. Now for Amazon, a normal link looks like this, just amazon.com/Tamashii Nations, you know, Dangerous Pride, Dragon Dangerous, whatever. This is the Dangerous Pride Vegeta, I think, is what I got this link from. And then for affiliate links, the short affiliate link right here is this amzn.to thing, okay? amzn.to, that is the format for a short Amazon affiliate link, right? And then for a full affiliate link, you see it looks very similar to the regular link, but you'll notice right here, it says tag right here, tag equals animated recreation. So that's showing you that this link is attached to my affiliate account, right? Tag equals animated recreation right there. You see that? So if you see the tag thing, that will show you it's attached to an affiliate account as well. So for Amazon, it can be a bit more tricky if they share like a regular full-size link like this, but the amzn.to thing, just like AliExpress, I don't think it's possible to have a non-affiliate link with this format. Every time I generate an affiliate link for Amazon, the short ones, they look like this. And for AliExpress, they have the s.click.aliexpress thing. So if you see those, it's either 100% an affiliate link or 99% chance an affiliate link. I've never seen, I don't know personally if you can have a non-affiliate link with these formats, but every time I generate them, this is what they look like. s.click for AliExpress and amzn.to for Amazon. And of course, the full link would have the tag equals whoever the link belongs to or whatever tag they have. Okay, so that is that for that. So now with this knowledge, you can basically protect yourself financially and be aware of whether someone's being transparent with you, being honest with you, whether you should trust their recommendation, whether they're just trying to get you to click a link or whatever, dude. Okay, so keep this stuff in mind and basically just educate yourself about this stuff, because this is like a widespread thing. And, you know, I personally like to have like control over who I financially support and that kind of stuff. So knowing these things, I think, is very, very important as a collector, especially in a space where sharing these links and stuff without disclosing it is a very common problem. All right, so let's now move on to the rest of the third-party stuff. All right, so first we have Air Studio. Treasure Toys posted this right here saying that the like crossed arms and gi accessories things arrived, and it says ship within 12 hours, sorry. So I'll show you that in the AliExpress section if it's still available. It should be, I would expect so. Then they also said regarding the future Gohan figures, they're already in the warehouse and will be shipped out soon. Okay, so the like anime version and the heroes versions, those, well, yeah, 02 and 03. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll show you those later as well. Another image here, and then this image right here. Now for Bloodfang Studio, like Kong's like 15th name, the Omega Shenron. So I think Treasure Toys now has pre-orders up for this. Yes, I shared that earlier in my post section, so be sure to pay attention to that if you want to be updated when, like, you know, new pre-orders are available or whatever. As I said before, I think this looks really cool. I think they've done a good job with the sculpt. The sculpt looks awesome and stuff. There's even like, there's a decent amount of shading on there, man. I'm kind of surprised, you know. There's more shading than we usually see on these Dragon Ball figures, so it's kind of subtle, but also it's better than normal, so there's that, you know. I'm glad to see that at least. But although I would say it looks like I see more shading here than here. I guess these are two different versions, right? Oh wait, so is this the Majin Vegeta one? Oh my goodness, Majin one, I mean. Dude, imagine if they put good shading or decent shading on the Majin one, and then the regular one is just plain. I'm like, dude, why? Like, why would you do that, man? Why would you put, you know, shading and stuff on the, like, I don't know, Dragon Ball Heroes or something that I don't care about? I mean, I'm not planning to get this anyways, but if I wanted it, for example, why would you make the Majin one have, like, you know, decent shading and stuff, and then the regular one is just plain? That's pretty annoying, honestly. That's pretty annoying. Let's move on now. You got this image here. Okay, cool. We've seen this stuff before. Looks solid. Did Omega Shenron have these like blue parts of his leg here or whatever? I never noticed that personally. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Here you got that. This as well, right? As I said, it looks good. I just don't buy Kong stuff. Too many QC problems. So yeah, this looks cool too, you know, artistically speaking. You got this. Notice how the red, it kind of like, you know, there's kind of a gradient there. Yeah. All right, so yeah, so they now have pre-orders available at Treasure Toys for the Omega Shenron figures. I think it's like $90 free shipping. Price, I mean, like, it's not surprising to me. Like, basically everything Kong makes is super expensive. Whether this was overpriced, I'm not certain. 90 free shipping. Let me see. It might be a bit overpriced. It's not the worst price I've ever seen, and I think there might be a $10 off thing going on right now, which would help with that. And you do get a decent amount of accessories, to be fair. You got a bunch of hands, crossed arms, this effect piece, a sword, these 4 expressions here. So you do get a decent amount of stuff, you know. So I don't know. If you want it, up to you. I don't plan to get it anyway, so it didn't really matter to me what the price was anyways, you know. So yeah, DF now. So there was a bit of controversy regarding DF and this whole reduced price thing. Okay, let's get into this. So I made several posts about this probably like 2 days ago, I think. So be sure to follow my posts if you want to be updated on stuff like this. So I made a post here saying that, like, basically DF needs to stop talking about the reduced price thing, right? Saying like, oh, this figure will have a reduced price and stuff like that, because the same thing that happened with the Marvelous Forever, the reissue or whatever, where the price was like higher than I originally paid, like probably what, 2 years ago, I think. Same thing happened again with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Okay, so as I said here, DF posted saying that the SS4 Goku new version would have a reduced price, and here's a screenshot of that, right, from their Instagram. It says reduced price, right? But Treasure Toys had it up for $60.49, and I bought mine back in January 2025 for $40.85, shipping included. Okay, so there's no way that's a reduced price. Okay, and then Haro Toy Store also had it up for $61.06. Okay, now Treasure Toys has since then lowered their price. I'm not sure about Haro Toy Store. I think they lowered theirs as well. But yeah, unless DF is guaranteeing, right? Unless DF specifically says the price of this thing, the recommended retail price of this thing is this, like how Tamashi does basically. They do it but they have it in yen and then they scalp you like crazy in US. But anyways, bastards, man. So unless DF is naming a specific price as like the MSRP or whatever, they need to shut up about the price, because you don't know what prices these AliExpress scalpers are going to charge. You don't know what price. Does 5K Toys even carry their stuff anymore? I think they do. You don't know what price, like say 5K Toys is going to charge or whatever. So you can't be making claims about a reduced price when you're not controlling the actual prices these people charge. Because even the lower prices they have now, I think Haro Toys lowered theirs too. Even the lower prices they have now are still not less than what I paid before. Now, whether tariffs and inflation could make up the difference, I don't know. But even so, people aren't thinking about tariffs and inflation. They're thinking about the numbers, right? If I paid like basically $40 back in 2025, people are like, okay, is this less than $40? No. Okay. So yeah. And I mentioned here too that Treasure Toys said, oh, we want to offer more reasonably priced products and stuff like that or whatever, right? And I went over this whole thing in detail already, but if you want to do that, if Treasure Toys truly wants to be this, this wonderful company or whatever, offering reasonable prices, the first thing you got to do is stop scalping. Okay, we just had a whole showcase just now about all the scalping on Treasure Toys, scalping in other stores and stuff like that. If you want to offer reasonably priced products, the first thing you got to do is stop scalping. I guess Treasure Toys needs like scalping therapy, right? The first step to recovery is to stop scalping. Okay, release the figure for a certain price and then leave the price alone. Don't jack the price up because the figure's popular and all that garbage. Leave the original price. That's actual true retail. That's what true retail is. Anything other than that is price manipulation, scalping nonsense. So yeah, so let's see what else are we gonna show here. So yeah, I just showed some screenshots and stuff showing like what I paid back in 2025 right here. Okay, so it was $41.24 free shipping. I got a promotional code going on there, coins and all that. Ended up being $40.85, okay, with shipping included. All right, from KK Figure Toy Store. I haven't used them since then, since the whole tariff thing started, so I don't know anything about them right now, but it does say choice, and I've heard that choice stuff, you do have to pay like import charges after they get to the US or something. I don't know, man. But anyways, let's go here to this next post I made. It says like, I just searched through AliExpress and I wasn't able to find any seller selling the new DF SS4 Goku for a price lower than $40.85, the price I paid in January 2025. So even the ones cheaper than Treasure Toys and Haro Toys aren't reduced compared to what I paid last year. Where is the reduced price, DF? I can't seem to find it. Okay, so here we see $48.44 Mech Shift Figure Model Store, I guess is their name. Okay, then we also have right here, was the next one, $45.57 Dragon Ball Hub Store. Okay, Dragon Ball Hub Store, not reduced either. Then we have $61.32 from Gulu Castle Toy Store. Okay, not reduced. Then we have 6268 right here from Living Luke's store. Okay, not reduced either. So DF needs to stop talking about reduced prices. Stop talking about it, because these sellers are not reducing the price compared to what I paid before, you know? So it's just like, just shut up. Just stop talking about it, man. They make DF look like liars. Okay, that's what it does. It basically damages their reputation, their public image or whatever. Stop talking about it. All right. And who's this now? 4844. Okay, cool. Now, after I posted this stuff, let's see, who's the 4844 though? I think I'm missing the screen grab or whatever. Anyways, that wasn't reduced either. So after I posted this stuff, Treasure Toys price dropped significantly. Okay, it went down from, what was it before, like 60 something, right? It was 60.49, and it dropped all the way down to 45.49 free shipping. Okay, and there's even a $6 off thing going on. So I don't know whether, you know, the post had something to do with that, or if someone spoke to Treasure Toys in a, you know, chat or whatever. I don't know what happened, but the price has been significantly reduced. It's still not, you know, less than what I paid before, but at least it's not like $60+ or whatever. And I mean, based on what you get with the figure, I think the price is pretty solid. You know what I mean, man? So there's that. But I do still think though that DF should stop talking about, you know, the price and stuff, unless they're controlling what these sellers are charging. Okay, unless they name a specific retail price that sellers must not exceed or something like that, just shut up, don't talk about it. All right, let's now move on. So they posted some images of this, like, you know, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the new version. Remember, they also said like they'll have like new face sculpt detail or whatever. This looks very similar. I don't see much difference. It might look slightly better. I don't know. The hair looks kind of shiny though. I don't like how shiny that is, but it looks fine. It's just like a clone of the SH Figuarts one, although I think this one is like a bit taller than the official figure, so there's that. I do think it's pretty much worth the money, like $40 free shipping or whatever with the $6 off discount or whatever going on. I think this is a solid purchase for the price. You know, it's not like a scam. I don't think anything like that. But they said it'll be available soon. Untamed Power Unleash. Okay, you got that. Note though, this one, I don't think this one includes the Super Saiyan hair sculpt for the GT Kid Goku, which is what the original one included. But I mean, you know, these face sculpts are really not the best. Very, very generic stuff, you know, but that's what I expect from DF. And yeah, so there's that. But for the price, $40 or whatever, I'm like, okay, it's fine. You know, I'm not completely gonna like just roast the living daylights out of it right now because the price is not insane. But I do think though, overall, like this kind of style of figure needs to die out. Like it needs to go extinct, and like we need to just start seeing nothing but artistic like figures that actually look like the source material. Like this old generic stuff, man, like let that just die. And if you want stuff that looks like this, like, you know, go buy Dragon Stars, Dragon Ball Evolve, whatever. But when we're talking about SH Figuarts, I want to see artistic stuff from all studios. So there's that. But I've already talked about that before. So another image here. Okay. Looks fine, I guess. No shading really though. Plain. You know, what do you expect from like, you know, Figuart style stuff? Not very good shading and detail. Like, look how plain that is. No shading. I can't see anything. There might be some subtle something that you can barely notice, but yeah. And I don't think it includes these fusion hands. It's just like they're showing this, I guess, to promote their Gogeta figure. You've got this as well right here, right? Cool, cool, cool. This. All right. And they got a lot of images, man. Got this too. This as well. With the red Kamehameha thing. ×10, I believe is what that's called. Oh, and this is what it has right here. So yeah, so no fusion hands and no Super Saiyan head sculpt or hair sculpt or whatever for the GT Kid Goku, okay? So unfortunately, it includes less and you're paying more, right? as opposed to what they said about reduced price and stuff. So I think the price is fine. I just don't like the fact that they said it would be reduced and it's not really reduced, you know? So yeah, Treasure Toys does have this up for pre-order. Price dropped, as I said. They said it's releasing by the end of this month. Let's see here. So they don't have it yet. It's a pre-order, but weirdly enough, like the listing, I think it said buy now. That was kind of weird. But anyway, so they posted this as well. It says shipping out soon. I think this is probably from DF, not from like Treasure Toys directly. Like this is basically what I'm saying is like this is probably in like DF's, you know, warehouse or whatever, getting ready to be sent to the, you know, sellers and stuff. Otherwise it'd be in the box, right? And DF also posted this here. They're, you know, they have a render now for a Beast Gohan called Feral Scream. Looks like the SH Figuarts to me, so you know, it's fine, I guess, if the price is decent. It has those awful looking hips. Oh, I just hate how that stuff looks, so I have no interest in this. If DB Toys were to make one, I'd probably get it just to support them and stuff, but yeah, cool. Let's see here. You've got this right here. This effect looks kind of cool, you know, but it is currently just a render. All right. Then we've got this right here. So Courier News posted this saying this is their version of Beast Gohan, but they have put this with no release date, no batch code, and nothing, just images. At the moment, we do not know when will that release. We hope to hear from DF, okay? So no idea on the release date. And I do find it funny how people call them like theoretical fit or like renderical fit. Like that's pretty funny. Now for GM Studio, we have these images here showing like, you know, the Goku Black head sculpts, right? I think these look pretty good, but GM's value is just like way too poor for me personally. I wouldn't spend that much money just to get like 3 face sculpts, dude. Like, nah, you know? So you got this, right? Got this stuff here. Looks cool. Looks cool. Artistically, it looks cool, but the value is just not there. So you got this as well. This is now up for pre-order at Kang and Treasure Toys, I believe. I think I posted about that a while ago. You got this as well. So like 3 face sculpts. And the funny thing is, dude, Courier News literally asked whether people wanted 3 or 4 face sculpts, right? I assume on GM's behalf or something. And they still only made 3, dude. Like, just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous. The value's just not there, man. Just not there, you know? So they look good, but just the value is just not there, man. You got the bonus thing once again, this punching thing, if you want that, you know. Then you've got, yeah, so this is the bonus. Okay, cool. So yeah, Kang has that for pre-order right now. And here's a look. This is posted by Treasure Toys. A look. It says it's compatible with both Vitoforge and Dimensionia. Okay, so looks cool, but just like poor value. Poor value, just 3 face sculpts. Nah, I'm all set with that. So GX Studio, the Master Roshi. So here's a look at this. Now, I am pretty confident that the original like prototype image they showed or whatever, I think that must have been AI, dude, because I mean, I feel like it looks so much different from like these, you know, like it looks so much more awesome, you know, like this looks fine. Unfortunately, it has those ugly Games Begin style hips, just awful looking stuff right there. But apart from that, the body shape, I guess, looks fine. These, you know, they do have, like, they look like Master Roshi, but I feel like they do have like a somewhat of a generic-ish feel to them. This one is spot on. I'd say this one is spot on. But these ones without the glasses, like, I think they're lacking slightly. They're not horrible, but they're just not like really impressive to me for some reason. Then you've got this as well right here. Okay, cool. Then you got this, looking at how tall he is next to like, I guess the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, right? And then this as well. This. And then we have these images here. Well, these renders. And you got these. I think the body shape might need to be adjusted a bit. I don't know. I think this one kind of looks fine, but this one without the shirt here, the proportions look a little odd to me, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Now HMG, I guess they're making some like Vegito head sculpts or something. I'm not even sure who HMG is. But Courier News said that these are currently available in local China and will be shipping to worldwide in the next weeks. Please keep in mind, blue version will have updated paint. Okay, so if you're interested in that. And then Lao Wei, we have this look here at these head sculpts. I think these actually look really cool. Of course, they're just gray right now, but the sculpt looks really, really cool to me. So we'll have to see how that looks, but they didn't have, they were like, I think they didn't have any yelling expression, so I'm not really interested in that if they're missing that. I think that's pretty essential. Like when I buy a Goku, base form Goku head sculpt set, if I buy one, I want it to be like pretty much definitive for me in a certain sense, so I have everything I need for like fighting and stuff. But if they don't have yelling, I'm like, I'm all set with that, you know? But yeah, so cool. Now MP Studio, the, you know, highly anticipated Vegito, we finally have an update on that. Now I am kind of soured about this now because it seems that MP and WP are one and the same, and you know already I don't really like WP very much, so if they really are the same as MP, I'm like, I don't know, man. But this looks pretty cool, I think. You know, I think this looks pretty good. Pretty solid printing and stuff like that. You know, pretty good stuff right there. Now, notice there's no cut here for the shoulder. I guess this is going to be like super soft. I don't know. Okay. Then we have this right here. Right? Not really colored very much right now. You got this. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see here. So updated head sculpt and face sculpts. The face sculpt stickers will be set fully and placed with no misalign and no issue. They have also shared about paint, clothing, and the accessories featuring the beam and the, I guess, the boo slice thing. Please be aware that you'll need to heat it as the plastic is said to be strong about the beam accessories. Okay. Now that is very annoying. Yeah, the heating up thing. For the price of these things, man, you shouldn't have to heat anything. You know, Tonsen has that same problem, at least with the head sculpts, where like you have to heat them up and stuff, you know. As I said before, all these studios, man, they need to transition to like, you know, soft, whatever, for just make the stuff so you can interchange it without the heating up and stuff like that, man. It's just very, 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 very annoying stuff. You got that. Okay, cool. Got this. I think this looks pretty solid, man, but it's not fully colored, so it's kind of tough to give a definitive statement, but this looks pretty good. I think this looks pretty good. We'll have to see how it looks like fully colored and stuff like that. And here's the Majin Buu, you know, beam thing, right? Cool. Then you've got this. So I'm not sure how the shoulders will be working on this, but there's that. And then you've got this as well right here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Now, PC Toys. So there's a new Janemba being made by PC Toys. It says here, PC Toys Hell Demon is a set figure with effect, sword, and accessories beam set with engineering similar to the current lineup of the third-party figures, referencing Final Form Frieza engineering. Updates will be shared soon. This is a Q4 release. Okay, I think the actual physical product actually looks better than the renders. So you've got that. The smile is a bit odd here. Looks kind of like, what is that cat called? Dr. Seuss. Looks kind of like Dr. Seuss right there. So not sure what's going on with that. These do look a bit distorted, so I don't know. These could have some kind of AI thing going on. That smirk looks really strange, but yeah. Let's see. You've got this right here, and I think someone mentioned that they hope that the effect can be taken off of the sword. Yes, that certainly would make sense. Then we've got this. This right here, right? And Treasure Toys says they've confirmed that they'll start accepting orders with shipping expected in October. Okay, so Treasure Toys will have pre-orders for this and stuff like that. Cool, cool, cool. And this looks really cool, I will say. I think that looks really cool. Like, I think the physical product here, I think this looks better than the render, which is good. Like, you want the product to look better than the render. Of course, with a lot of other studios and stuff, the unfortunate thing is that the renders tend to look better than the product. But I think in this case right here, this looks really cool. And I think it looks better than the render, you know? So that's really cool. You got this as well. This is like a video, I guess, just showing that the arms can cross really well. So there's that. Okay, why did I put the same thing twice? My accident there. Okay. And then here's another look at the figure, right? Janemba PC Toys. Look at that. I think that looks pretty cool, man. I noticed that they don't have his hips really designed like how they look in the show, with the like flying out all the way out here. And I mean, of course, for articulation purposes, I understand that, and I'm pretty much fine with it. I mean, I think it actually looks fine like that, like just a seamless thing instead of like how Cell has those kind of hips. I think that looks fine. I'm pretty much fine with that design choice, and I understand, like, for articulation purposes, that would make sense. Although what they could have done is they could have put soft rubber on his hips so that it would, like, they would bend out of the way. That would be a cool thing to see some studio try. Now for Vitoforge, they are making a, like, you know, like Supreme Kai outfit Gohan, you know. It says here Vitoforge Realm Sword Magistrate will be released this year. Okay, so let's look at this. I think the sculpt looks very good. Very, very good sculpt on the body here. Probably won't have good shading and stuff, but you know, what do you expect? But the sculpt, I really do like the sculpt of this. But I noticed though, like, how are these shoulders gonna work? Because there's no cut there. So I don't know about that. I don't know how that's, and even this part, I would hope this is going to be soft and not just some solid thing like the Whis figure, just like, you know, solid plastic. I don't know, man. That better be soft. And this too, these things as well. Yeah. Let's see here. There's another version. I don't know. I think this is probably manga colors. So I assume this is anime and this is the manga, possibly. I think that's what that is. And then here's this. Now I do think this is pretty weak. I think they really need to work on this, man. And I mean, like, their Goku Black stuff didn't look bad or anything, I don't think. So I think they really should work on this. But I think their Goku Black stuff, I think they cloned the Recustom Bardock or something like that. So yeah, I think this needs some work. I think this needs some work. But it might look better as a physical product. I don't know. And I don't know if they're going to make a Trunks head sculpt or make a Trunks figure or something. Not really sure. And then we have this right here. Yeah, these face sculpts, I think like they're not like absolute utter garbage to me, but I think they need a lot of improvement. Like, something just looks very off model about this and not very like artistically impressive. I think the Great Saiyaman Gohan, you know, head sculpts and stuff look better than these. So why wouldn't they just use the same sculpts or similar stuff? I don't know. And then this doesn't have, there's no yelling for Super Saiyan, so that's an L right there. I don't know if they have a yelling for the base form, and I can't even see everything there anyways. So I don't know. I don't know. And then let's see. So let's see here. Pre-order will be available this month, Treasure Toys says. This month you'll be able to pre-order this if you want to get this. There is the New Hope one that's like a really cheap kind of one. Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to get that instead, if you can find it somewhere. And then you have this as well. I do like the sculpt of this quite a lot, the body, but the face sculpts, I think they really need a lot of work. So that's it for the third-party news in the PDF thing. Let's now go to AliExpress, the last segment of today's recap. Alright, so for Air Studio, as you saw, Treasure Toys posted saying that this is shipping within 12 hours. It still says pre-order here, but I'm assuming they have this right now. If you want this stuff, this like crossed arms and gi accessories for the Games Begin Goku, I believe this is. Yeah, it says the Games Begin. All right. For the future Gohan, the anime version, the Heroes version, pre-orders are here as well. $73.06 free shipping. This one is $23.16 free shipping. This other listing here, this one is a bit cheaper actually. $70.87 free shipping for the pre-orders, and the in-stock one is $76.65 free shipping. Of course, right now there's this like $7 off thing going on right now. So yeah. Now for the Omega Shenron, they have the pre-orders here for that. $96.21 free shipping. The $7 off thing going on right there. Of course, as I said before, I don't buy Kong stuff, but I do think, yeah, so I think I do think they did a good job with the sculpt of this, but the shading is probably on the Majin one, which is just awful. Why not? Dang it. You see, it's probably to get you to buy the Majin thing, because no one, like, not no one, but less people are going to want this compared to this. So they're like, okay, people are going to want this, so let's add some shading to this to make it look better, to make people want it more. You know, that's probably what it is, man. Dang. Unfortunate. So the GT one probably won't have the like shading you saw on the Majin one. Unfortunate. The DF Super Saiyan 4 Goku is here for pre-order as well. Now, I don't know why this says in stock and buy now. As far as I know, Treasure Toys doesn't have this yet. Okay, so this is really a pre-order, but it says $46.03 free shipping. There's a $5 off thing going on right there. It'll be like $41.03 free shipping. So I think that's a solid price for this figure. The Dimensionia Great Saiyaman stuff. These pre-orders right here. Version C, $80.97 free shipping. Version A, $92.72 free shipping. Version B, same price right here. Okay, so yeah, version A and B, same price. Now for the Goku Black, this one, version A in stock right now, ship within 12 hours, $88.70 free shipping. Version B, same thing. Version C, actually same price, surprisingly, but this one is like a reissue thing. It says ship on July, so I don't think they have that yet, but versions A and B should be there. And they have this extra, like the translucent hair sculpt thing going on too. Now GM Studio recently released, as put up recently the pre-orders for this Goku Black stuff right here. Both Kang and Treasure Toys have this. So this right here, $33.02 free shipping, $33.02 free shipping, $61.53 free shipping for both. I think the price is a bit lower than the Goku stuff. Although the Goku stuff had no. So they might have lowered their prices a bit, possibly. I'd have to like verify that potentially. But anyway, so yeah, I just don't think the value is really here, man. If you compare this to KK Studio right here, this one right here, you get 7 face sculpts, right? For $40.55 free shipping, compared to GM Studio with 3 face sculpts for $33.02 free shipping. Like, it's just like way worse value. So unless you want base form, because KK Studio doesn't have base form, they only have Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Rose, right? They don't have base form here. So if you want the base form, GM Studio is the only one between these two offering that. But if you just want the Rose, Super Saiyan Rose, KK Studio does have that for a much better price. Way more options and everything, man. So, you know, I would prefer to get the KK Studio if I wanted this than to get the GM Studio. But anyways, Treasure Toys has this here, $33.02 free shipping, $33.02 free shipping for these. And then Kang has it as well, $40.82 free shipping for these, and then $80.02 for both of them with the bonus. Okay, does this one have the bonus? Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, it says 2 pieces with bonus. Okay, then you got KK Studio here at Treasure Toys, $40.55 free shipping for the 2 of those, or $77.06 free shipping for the 2 sets together. And then these accessories here, I think the name of this company is Wukong Modeling. So Treasure Toys has pre-orders up for these. Like, you know, you can change. I think the Kind Heart Saiyan Goku, I think these are for that one. And then version B is for the games begin, to like accessories to change Goku's look or whatever, that kind of stuff. It says ship on August. 26.51, free shipping, $2 off. Cool. But anyways, guys, that's it for the Dragon Ball figure recap. This was quite the stacked show. Be sure to subscribe if you want to be updated on Dragon Ball figures, and be sure to use dbfigs.com to make collecting much more convenient and much less stressful. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.